This podcast is powered and brought to you by Sunday Cool Tees, the best custom apparel place in the whole world, and we love them. So listen to this person talking about them.
All correct.
Hey everybody, my name is Mr. Beavers, and oh boy, am I excited to tell you about my favorite company in the world, Sunday Cool Tees. Sunday Cool not only prints the coolest designs on the softest shirts and provides 72-hour turnaround, they also help me get my children back after world-renowned actor Dick Van Dyke kidnapped them from Disney World in broad daylight. So go to SundayCool.com to learn more today. And Richard?
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, nailed it. Yeah!
Do you think Monster is the worst of the energy? Like the most unhealthy. What do you think?
Man. It's probably got to be one of the cheaper ones though. The bigger they get, the more regulated they have to be, right? It's probably one that's like made by the gas station, the local gas station. Like, you're gonna love this.
I made it in the back.
It's not even sealed.
Ew. I think it's that ghost one.
Yeah, the one that John drinks.
It's toxically sweet.
Yeah.
I started falling asleep in Atlanta, and then John gave me one of those, and it brought me back to life. There's no way.
The Ghost Energy drink?
There's no way it should have that much caffeine in anything we consume.
It's awaken the ghost.
But that's the thing. That's only 200 milligrams of caffeine. We drink the Bangs. I've drank like Bangs like 2 or 3 times a day, and those have like 300.
Yeah,
what's funny?
The one John gave me was 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's probably the worst because that has a creatine in it, right?
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
It's like the bars from Mean Girls that make everybody gain weight from Uganda or whatever. Remember
That's
that?
everything I eat.
My dad the other day said I fell asleep at 4:30 in the morning. I said, "Holy cow!"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah." So I got this like fruit like flavor thing for water.
Mm-hmm.
I said I had 3 bottles of it, and I couldn't go to sleep. And I finally got up and realized each squirt from the thing is 60 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh my goodness. No sugar?
No sugar.
Okay, good.
Just caffeine.
Golly.
Yeah.
I was going to say if it had sugar and he'd wake up and there's no, his foot fall off. Like, it's like,
Oh my gosh.
it's terrible.
Because he's diabetic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys know the song, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight?
Yeah.
Very good one.
Mm-hmm.
Europe, right? Is that the band? No.
That's
Whitesnake.
That's the continent.
Yeah, sorry.
Ready? Oh, it is Ninja Butterflies, episode 23, and he still doesn't have a dad.
There it is. Welcome.
How was that?
Really
That was
good.
beautiful. I like the piano. The little synth keys.
That's pretty inspired. Did that come to you in the middle of the night or something?
I was searching for songs on the toilet.
I just imagine that dramatic, the shot, and then suddenly you just come into frame. I got it.
That's it. No, I was gonna play the song, but then we would have gotten flagged, so I just had to do it myself.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Guys, we have a question today. I know
It's a
this
big one.
It's
This
a shocker, but
You told me this is a big one. It might take up the whole podcast. Usually it's just the intro, but yeah.
This might be the whole podcast.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Ready? You? Today's question. Should we kick puppies?
Whoa. Oh. That's out of left field. Oh, wow. I don't know how to say this without kind of making people mad, but I'm going to go on record and say no. We should not kick puppies.
Cool.
Okay. What about you?
No. I don't think we should kick puppies.
Final answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, no.
Guys?
Yeah, I agree. We should not kick puppies.
Alex?
Man, it's just so hard when we try to just oversimplify complex and nuanced issues.
It's a yes or no.
I know, but it's tough being put in a corner. But if I had to, yes or no, and I think I do, right?
Yeah.
No, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Lily?
No. No.
Under no circumstances?
No.
Interesting. Here's a scenario. Your girls are playing in the front yard. A rabid pit bull.
Puppy pit bull
Runs across the street. And it doesn't see Ada. It doesn't see Jane. It sees 2 drumsticks laying on the front yard. You not kicking that puppy?
Maybe I punch it.
Oh my goodness! So Lily wants to punch all puppies?
Oh my god!
Welcome to the show!
Ah!
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations. I said empty your mind. You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
You guys.
You're right into the trap.
We gotcha. Hey, before we start, we have a special shout out.
Special shout out.
We have a special shout out. Roman Gill, we know you're watching this. Hello. Your dad hit us up on Instagram and said how much of a fan you were.
Big fan.
And that you love all of our podcasts. And I said, I'm going to shout out Roman Gill.
Hey, Roman.
Hey, Roman.
Roman, you have a cool name.
Yeah.
Roman, that's a place and a person, kind of.
Roman wasn't built in one day.
No, he wasn't. 9 months, baby.
Woo! Yeah, we just want to say hi. And thanks for watching the show.
Yeah, we also have someone to introduce. Who's over there in the corner, Josh? Who's that guy?
Who is that?
What you doing, guys?
No, the person behind you.
Oh, yeah. This is Luna.
Luna.
Yeah, Luna, you want to come here?
Cute Luna.
Say hi. There she is.
Very cute. What kind of dog is she?
She is a lot of different things. She's like a golden retriever, German Shepherd mix. She is usually a lot happier than this. On the way in today, and I didn't know what the question was. As Lily was coming through, full punt to the ribs. So she's
Lily
really,
did.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Off
Yeah,
the camera.
so
Lily's a different person.
She's struggling a little bit
Yeah.
today, but
But what's your name?
my name's Alex.
What's your name?
Why are you here?
I am here because
Why are you here?
I used to be friends with Andy.
Yeah.
So I thought if I drove down to Florida, then I could be friends with Andy again.
We'll see.
And be on the podcast. So
Yeah.
The jury's out.
We'll see. We'll
I'm
let
his
you-
friend now.
I'm gonna be totally honest with
Dibs.
you. It's not going well so far, but hey,
We
it's
still
okay.
have 45 minutes. We're good.
Yeah,
figure it out.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Yeah.
We needed Alex's input.
I just want to start off with, speaking of kicking puppies,
Ooh.
the other day, Lily stiff-armed our daughter Ada so hard.
What? What's the context?
Listen.
Well, we were laying on Ada's new bed, and Lily's
And Jane
holding
was
Jane.
there.
Don't let me.
Okay.
I got you.
Mike.
I laughed, but Ada just came in full force and like jumped, and Lily just goes, and it literally made like. Ada went.
Stop.
She did.
She was completely fine, but
Full Heisman.
I'm like, golly, Lily, you should have played football. It was crazy.
Did
Granted,
her
she's like
eyes
2 years
change?
old.
Did her eyes change like the goblin and just
It was not of my own accord. It was just a natural response,
her spidey sense?
because she was going to fall on the baby. I was like,
What? Your instinct to hit children? What
oh
do you-
my
Can I hear your
gosh.
best goblin impression of William Defoe?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh man, what does he say? Oh, Peter Parker. No, what does he say in the newest one? It's like something about his those spidey sense of yours. What does he say?
Oh, he says, I'm a bit of a scientist myself.
I'm a bit of a scientist myself. What does he say? I can't remember that one quote from Far From Home. I can't remember. But
Okay, well, there goes
yeah.
that.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Is it the great
I'm
power,
sorry.
great
Just give me
responsibility
one
thing,
word
or-
that he says.
I'm going to get you, Spider-Man.
I'm gonna get you, Spider-Man. I don't see how that was
Okay.
good.
That was really good. That was really good.
All right.
Yeah, your sister Cassie said that if she was going to invite an actor to her murder dinner, it would be William Dafoe.
Oh, dude. William
Interesting.
Defoe in that first Spider-Man still haunts my dreams.
He was scary.
He was very scary.
The talking into the mirror was such great acting because I don't think it was like any special effects. I think he legitimately the camera work. So he was going back and forth between regular and just the Goblin, and dude, that was so creepy as a kid watching that.
I also have to think Willem Dafoe's top 5 actors who might show up if you invited him. to a murder dinner.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad option.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I want a cheeseburger.
Oh my
After Mark
gosh.
Hamill, I mean, he's got to be up there.
So, speaking of Spider-Man 1, this is so funny because I wanted to talk about this today. Did you know that scene from Spider-Man 1 where Peter Parker's walking through the cafeteria, trips, and MJ stuff flies in the air, all that food?
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah, yeah.
catches
yeah.
her, has the tray, and then catches all the food.
Remember
That
that?
was not special effects. That
Shut
was
up.
100% real. He had tape or glue for the tray, but all the food
Yeah.
was 100% real.
Wasn't
Wow.
It was like,
Guess how many takes? Let's go around.
Wasn't it like 60 takes or something?
60,
47.
47.
I think it's triple digits. I think it's up over 100.
Okay. So
Oh, I gotta
gotta see- yeah, you gotta see it over 100.
I'll say 114.
114,
I'll go low. I'll go 9.
156 takes. And he got it once, and that's the one that's in the movie.
That's
Alex
insane.
was closest.
Yeah.
So incredible. I think that's such a fun fact. I was like, that's because they could have easily just, with all that blur and how fast it was going, they could have easily just, whatever.
I'll say this.
CGI'd it.
Yeah.
That's an editor's worst nightmare to hear.
For real.
That's just we could
We could do it in
easily
post.
do it in post.
Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man.
Yeah, I always found him like kind of nerdy and weird, but like I feel like that's kind of the point, obviously.
His
but like
faces are my favorite.
oh yeah, the
They're so-
subway scene. But it was so quiet on set, so he just had to just.
Also,
just
when he
the
plays like
best.
the bad Spider-Man,
Oh man, we're walking down the street.
what does he say? It was like something with like you're stupid or what was it? Oh, what was it?
I know what you're talking about.
Please look up that quote because it's the funniest
The
thing. Where
cheesy
he
quote
does
from-
that.
Yeah, he has some good ones.
Yeah. Do you want to hear a fun fact?
Oh please,
Do you know where the word "okay" came from?
it's something presidential, right? It's something like 18. Like it was like
Don't guess too hard.
Theodore Roosevelt.
No.
Oh no,
No.
Okay, never mind.
Do you know?
I have no idea.
This is such a fun fact. Okay. So, in the 1830s,
Okay.
there's the young elites in Boston.
Oh yes, the Boston Young Elites.
Hey,
Hey, the high tea and stuff.
how do you like them apples? Those people.
Yeah, high society people.
Those people. They thought it'd be cool to like come up with like new slang. And so they would like say things differently, but also misspell them on purpose. So, okay came from the original term. If you're saying like, oh, everything is fine, they would say all correct. But they would spell it O-L-L and then correct with a K.
Hey, how you doing?
All correct.
Alrighty.
All correct, yeah. I'm from Boston. All, yeah.
You're a cool guy. I like the way you talk.
All correct. I don't know. But yeah, then it showed up in a newspaper in 1839 as abbreviated OK.
No, I didn't know that. See, I heard a different, like the OK Party or something like that. There was something like, oh, it was the hand signal. That's what it was. Whenever that would be, whenever that became like a racist thing or whatever. But like it was, the people said the history of it was something presidential. I think Theodore Roosevelt, but it was like a group thing. It was a sign that you're in this group.
Oh.
Yeah. So
The racist
that's
group.
what it, the racist group apparently.
Oh, yeah. So that was fun, right?
That was a fun fact, right,
Yeah.
kids?
O was all.
Oh,
and
yeah, it was-
correct was with a K.
Yeah. All correct. Maybe that's just how the Boston people said it. And like, I guess that's how you spell it.
I think that's how they still say it.
That's all correct.
Yikes.
Yeah. So how was everyone's week?
Oh, it was long. We went on a conference last week.
I didn't.
You did not, because
Yeah.
apparently you have a kid to take care of.
Boo.
Boo.
Just kidding. I love
Okay,
it.
seriously, check in with mom. Did he actually help?
A lot.
Yeah.
He's so helpful.
You
How dare you.
You really could have just. We're trying to. be
He's
entertaining.
really helpful. I can't lie.
I can't lie.
Do you guys notice anything different about me?
Your overalls?
Keep going.
Hair.
Go again.
Got your hair done? No.
No.
Mama.
Mama got herself a new skincare routine.
Oh.
I've been doing the same thing since I was 14 years old, and now I have 25-year-old skin.
That's a new age.
She uses
Yep.
a scrub daddy now.
Just Axe body wash.
I
New
desperately
skincare.
I want Josh to try what I'm doing because he does absolutely nothing.
Well, people are going to be
I do
curious.
Dr. Bronner's.
On your face?
Yeah.
That's gonna dry you out, guy.
I'm.
Hey, let me feel. Not today, it isn't.
Have you guys seen the new skincare hack using beef tallow? Apparently, it like clears up eczema and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but all your dogs want to eat your
Sounds like
face off.
That also sounds like a mean girl thing where they're like, yeah, beef tallow, it's all the rage right now. It's cool. Pig lard or whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to, people are going to be curious. You got to let them know what you're doing.
Yeah, Aveda products. What you say? Oh,
No, I mean, oh.
You do
Take two.
what with Ada?
Oh, you're right.
No one else heard Ada products.
Aveda.
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 Avita.
Aveda.
Avita.
Smells great. Feels great.
It's made
Okay,
out of
we're not. Are you
horsetail.
doing a bit like?
Is this a sponsorship?
Yes.
Or what's the,
Yeah, they're
what's the
paying me.
situation here?
They're paying me under the table. You guys don't know.
I'd be so disappointed if that's who sponsored us was Aveda. And
How? How?
for you, it'd be
That's
great.
so selfish of you, man. Come on.
I know.
You have 3 girls in the house.
Yeah.
We all have
need it.
girls.
Do we?
You have girls.
Hey, we all have girls.
Hey, we all have girls. Somewhere down here.
Somewhere in here. Deep down.
Deep down.
What,
Okay, all correct.
speaking of Aveda, what were you taught in high school, middle school, elementary? What is the Earth's core made out of?
Lava.
Okay. Is that what?
Lava. Magma.
Yeah,
That's what I was
think
taught.
Magma. Well, then you got the inner core and the outer core.
I'm talking about the core, the inner
the core, like the inner core.
the innermost being. Don't look it up.
No, I'm looking up a movie.
He's looking up that Spider.
Don't look it up. Just get-
He's smacking it. Throw my phone against the wall. Oh, you were just texting your kids? Okay, never mind.
Is that what you were taught?
Yep, lava.
Yeah, hot rock.
Well, apparently, so like they don't even really want to address how they changed it. But I saw a thing the other day. It's like, so the Earth's core is now rotating the opposite way of what it usually rotates. And it's a metal, or they said it's a solid iron ball.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, what?
Iron?
An iron ball is in the middle of the Earth? But yeah, they're saying that it's starting to, it like stopped, and now it's rotating the other
Dude,
way.
this is
and
crazy.
And it's changing the poles. And it's saying that's what's causing like all this weather stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why some people are being really moody.
That's
Just kidding,
amazing.
I made that up.
People are acting like real jerks.
I didn't make the
You
ball
put-
thing up, but
you-
yeah, they just said it's an iron ball. I'm like, since when?
When did this happen?
When did science just change and not inform all these kids that were taught it's lava?
Did we just recycle too much iron at one point and it just sunk down? It just became iron?
Maybe.
How do you get
Stop
iron? What
recycling.
food? What food? Yeah, for real, guys. What food gives you iron? What is that?
Fish.
Is it fish?
Beef?
I was thinking tuna, but that's like a mercury.
it's a fish.
Iron tuna. Yeah, iron. I was like, maybe the fish are just swimming down, creating a bunch
No,
of iron.
not fish. It was tuna.
No. You're not understanding. It's not that.
Well, and I think, and I haven't looked this up. I didn't know about that. I'm pretty sure when our parents were in school, the center core of the Earth was Mercury.
Yeah. So
But
it's just
then they realized it was really dangerous, and that's why that's why in 20 years you had 2 different world wars because of the Mercury at the core, and then they switched it out to where it was what it was when we were in school.
and then Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
my
time
goodness.
frame works.
Mercury, the planet.
My head hurts.
Oh gosh.
I don't want to get off the core thing. Are you going to keep talking about it?
Well, I was gonna say one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was in my science teacher's class
Yeah.
in high school, and it was called the Earth core theory. That's what it was
Yeah.
written out as. And they're like, it's lava, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do we know it's lava? She's like, yeah. I said, but it's a theory. She's like, it's lava.
So you were ahead of the time.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
I'm not buying this
'cause
magma
I'm like,
nonsense.
what if the Earth is hollow in the middle?
Yeah,
That's a theory.
it's a theory.
What if it's not a ball of iron? What is it?
It's where all the Furbies went.
Oh.
That's
Is
another
it-
theory.
Is it where all the rich people are going?
Well, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask at what level. I know there's the hollow Earth lizard people theory, but I don't know at what level of the Earth they live.
True.
Is that the
In the
real-
middle.
Is it the middle?
Yeah.
Just because those are the levels. You've got the real core, outer core, inner core.
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
Peace Corps.
This is a funny story. Speaking of the core and the earth and stuff, my dad told me when him and his older brother were little, they were digging, and they're like, "We're gonna dig to China," and they're digging, and my Uncle Jeff goes, "They're like little." He's like, "Wait," he got like really scared. He's like, "Wait, if we dig to China, we first have to go through hell." And they like ran out of the hole. Like, no!
Let's think about what we're doing, guys.
They're like 2 feet deep.
That is so.
We got so close.
What was his? What would he just want him to stop digging a hole, but just didn't want to tell him to stop digging a hole?
No, my Uncle Jeff's like, if we keep digging, we're gonna hit hell.
Oh wait, he was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I thought you were saying like he was Uncle Jeff telling kids.
No,
I was like,
my Uncle Jeff, my dad's brother.
as a kid, that is
Yeah.
so stinking funny. We get out of here.
We gotta get out of
We
here.
were so close to death. Oh my goodness! The thing is, it's so funny because have you ever seen the movie The Core?
No.
Have you ever seen it? No. Oh my goodness!
Don't they talk about it turning the other way?
Yes, that's the whole point of
And
the
it, like,
movie.
causes all the catastrophe?
It stops moving,
no.
and so they have to go down there. And the whole
like-
solution is to move it. I can't remember how they did it, but think about these. It was such a crazy movie. Aaron Eckhart was in it. Hilary Swank.
Oh my gosh.
It was a huge movie.
Oh my
and like,
gosh.
there's a bunch of a bunch of stars in it. But it was just the concept and the fact that it's actually happening.
Yeah, they say someone said that it's happened before.
Yeah.
I say prove it.
Kind of like the
But
magma.
also, how if you don't like really know what the core is made out of, why did we change it to an iron ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how do we know that it's starting to turn the other way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone one day is just like this. Whoa.
Feel
What was
that?
that?
Have you seen, though, they're trying to find a way so that we can go to the center of the earth because they think if we can get there, there's no gravitational because we're not slinging down or out. So something about the way it's spinning, it relieves all the pressure and it like takes away aging. So they're trying to create a tunnel that takes us.
That sounds like
deep
something
enough.
we shouldn't do.
Okay, yeah. I bet you it started turning. Are you going to talk about this?
What?
I bet you it started turning the opposite direction after they made that monkey human.
That's a good transition. You hear about that?
No.
Well, I just want to say this first before the monkey human. I was told that, speaking of going down or whatever, if you did a tunnel from this side of the earth to the other and you jumped in it with the gravitational pull, you would never exit the tunnel.
I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about that.
You just always be falling.
What a nightmare.
That's a nightmare. That's a
You
real
get up
nightmare.
to the very
Give me a
edge.
row!
After like hours, you're like, "Lang, go. Like the fingers on the head.
But it takes you like 31 days. So everyone, they just have to come up with a new plan each time. You're like, oh no! It would be so.
They use a t-shirt gun to send you a hamburger.
It goes,
Listen, first of all, if we create a t-shirt gun that shoots cheeseburgers, it's a cheeseburger gun at that point. Okay,
true.
That's true.
Just be a cannon.
I'm just imagining the logistics of it. You have to like, do we do the bottom bun first and then tomato? Just enter it all.
Oh, but yeah, monkey humans.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's devastating.
Me and Lily saw this video on TikTok. All my stuff that I talk about is from TikTok.
Good. Yeah, by the way, Alex, you said earlier, I haven't done any research on this. You're on the right podcast.
Yeah.
We get called out so much.
Someone told us the Bermuda Triangle isn't real, guys.
It's like,
First of all-
it is.
Yeah, so first of all, you do your research.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like,
One person's
shooting at the
like,
hip here.
because we did the whole Bermuda thing, and people just completely ripped me apart. They're like, "There's no oil rigs in the Bermuda Triangle."
What'd you say?
And I said, "Prove it." And they're like, "You're the one that said the conspiracy theory. You prove it." I'm like, I don't want to.
I think next episode we need to pull some of our favorite comments and just kind of.
But they were right.
Yeah,
I looked it up, and it's like the story I saw. It was an oil rig in the North Sea.
Hey, don't give him that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
Stop.
But then one person's like was really mean and very vulgar towards us, and they're like, "I hate conspiracy theorists." And then the next comment down I read, someone's like, "Amelia Earhart crashed in the Pacific," and the person that said, "I hate conspiracy theorists," said, "Yeah, they crashed in the Pacific, and they were eaten by crabs."
What?
And I'm like,
Yeah,
That sounds like
okay.
a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the 3-foot crabs that ate her alive on an island. It's like that. That's much more believable than she just lost signal or ran out of gas in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
I would be remiss to not mention, because when we were talking about this last week, my mom goes, I was watching, my mom and I always watch it every Friday when it comes out because it's the first time she's seeing it. She goes, uh-oh. As soon as we bring up Amelia Earhart, she's like, you didn't. And I'm like, I forgot to tell the story about how my mom, like at an older age, like maybe high school, wrote a paper about Amelia Earhart and ended it with the line, and she lived happily ever after.
Now it's on there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She didn't.
She
Or maybe
could-
she
she
did.
could have.
She could have.
She did in Kiki's head. And that's where she remains.
Oh man! Speaking of going missing,
We didn't talk about the monkey people.
Yeah, we need to get back to that.
we'll
really
come back to
derailed.
the monkey people,
Okay.
but
Right after?
right after.
What's happened? What is it? Oh, man, you lost it?
No, I didn't. We'll be right back after this ad. Don't go anywhere.
Wow, it's warm out here. I feel like I'm... What's happening?
This is a standoff.
Tell me everything you know about Clearstream.
You tell me first.
Well, I know it's a software that really is popular with churches all across this nation.
You don't say.
Yeah, and I heard they're very affordable. And I heard if you go to clearstream.io/ninjas, they get 10% off. Her life.
You're kidding me.
I don't kid.
I don't care. Joel! What, do you have a real guy? Yes!
Go to Clearstream, guys. It's the best absolute software for texting, anything like that.
Wasn't that ad a riot?
I loved it.
you
What do you
remember-
guys? You guys
Do you
thought
guys
that was
remember
good?
what it was? Yeah. We all remember it, right?
That's
Core memory.
my favorite thing you're doing right now with every ad break. You're like, you remember that, right?
Remember it, right?
Whoa. What are you doing?
I'm a monkey human.
That's not normal. We shouldn't be having those.
Well, we are now.
What a transition.
Monkey humans.
What?
Planet of the Apes. I love Planet of the Apes. It scares me.
The original one or the remake?
No, the original one really scares me. Like, I actually used to have like legit nightmares, and I used to think that like at night they would break into our home. Like,
Oh, no.
they look scary.
Those
did,
prosthetics are really weird. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the Ninja Turtles 90s.
Oh yeah, those are
prosthetics.
scary too. But yeah, in China, they have successfully. How do you say in Chinese? You don't
Cephalid.
have to. They have successfully combined human genes with monkey genes and have started growing babies.
Like, are they like denim
What?
What?
jeans?
Oh,
Gene humor.
dumb.
Ew.
Sorry. Okay.
That was stupid.
Aeropostale? Okay. So they mix. Okay, go ahead. So they mix
This
the
is
jeans.
serious.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, it is. Just couldn't hold it in.
But like they said, like Spain and American scientists are like coming to China to like observe it because it's illegal.
Illegal.
Like in pretty much every country in the world,
So-
but China's doing it.
But so they're
is
like,
this-
well, let's get in on it.
The whole point of it is to grow them so that they could harvest human organs for transplants and stuff.
So are you saying this is kind of like the technology that we talked about previously, like them just making humans, but they're taking the ape DNA and human DNA.
Yeah.
They're taking that same technology but doing it with animals.
Yeah, and they successfully grew it.
Do they grow? I think it's. I don't know. I think it's happening naturally. Like they are getting these monkeys pregnant.
It's
And-
possible, but they had to. That from what I know,
Unnaturally, naturally.
We're just gonna move on past that.
from what I know, they were successful and they killed the embryo after it being alive for 20 days because they're like, well, we don't actually know if it's going to have like a human brain because you can't control like what organs will grow.
It's a bad time to realize that.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
wait a second. This monkey is going to have a human brain.
That's like an astronaut, like his dream to become an astronaut. And he just gets in the rocket ship and he's literally on his way to space. Like, I
Wait.
don't even know what I'm doing here. I don't know how to run any of this.
Wait a second, I'm afraid of space. Oh no!
So technically, they murdered these ape humans.
Yeah, which
That
brings
is
it, which
so
brings
scary.
it. Is that inhuman? Is it? I would say no.
To murder them?
Well, because it's like it's an unnatural thing.
They shouldn't have done it in the first
That's what I'm
place.
saying.
To say it, what is the essence of human? You have
Because
to answer that question.
But is it a human at one point?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
or is it?
No, you're right.
I know.
Does
so
this,
scary.
Does this monkey man have a soul?
Oof. That is so terrifying. Can we even say that the ones that are just human DNA, like when they're made in a lab like that, it's like that brings in like the whole,
Like a whole-
Is it going to be
human?
different? I don't know.
Oh. Well, yeah. No, it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm so terrified by all this. This makes my head hurt. It's scary, man. It's so scary.
It
Yeah.
is.
So,
And if you're not scared by this, this is a sci-fi movie.
this literally, it sounds like the beginning of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that would be an awesome movie, by the way. Like,
Making a
An
monkey.
ape
You
human?
should see the.
I really don't want to, but I need to.
You
Hold
need
on,
to see
let me-
it. You need to.
it's
burned into my
weird.
brain.
It's actual photos.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
It was like this is what it could look like.
Oh, got it.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Monkey, human.
Let's
looks
talk
like a
about just
Geico
the
ad.
idea of the U.S. is like, okay, so we're not going to do that because it's unethical, but we'll go participate in China doing it.
Yeah, because that's 100%. Like, because you got to know.
Yeah.
Like they got to know if it's ethical. They got to know if it works. Like if the dangers of it, I guess. But
What kind of
man.
pandemic is coming into the world through this? That's what I want to know. If just eating, if eating a bat caused all of that.
if I go out by getting attacked by an ape human, what a way to go.
I think this was like from an artist,
Trigger warning, bro.
but they're like, this is
That's
what a
terrifying.
human monkey hybrid could potentially look like.
No.
You see that? You see that?
It's a hard pass. Because I was going to come in and argue some potential pros, and I've
Alex
seen
is
the picture
like,
now.
I'll
and I
fund
don't-
it.
I don't. There's a reason they make mules, guys. They have a very specific purpose that horses and donkeys can't serve.
what kind of what services do they provide?
Organ
They can carry my
harvesting.
groceries in.
Baking,
They're super
baking
strong.
cakes. I don't know.
It's terrifying. So scary.
Yeah, so that's fun. We should.
Ugh.
There's a lot of things happening in the world that we should just be like. Someone just needs to say, "Hey, stop."
Maybe pump the brakes.
Speaking of stopping, the things that we should be stopping.
Yeah.
Did you see? You know how they have the doomsday clock that's always going?
Yeah, I don't understand that because it looks like a game show.
Yeah, it
It
does.
really looks like a game. It was like I would scroll right on past it.
Yeah. Big Andy Doom, come on down.
Oh
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, how's the
Jump
price?
in this-
How's the Price is Right song go?
no! Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget.
Come on down.
But yeah, the supposedly
What is it? What is the doomsday clock?
it's just like everything that's happening in the world.
Yeah.
If it hits midnight, that means apocalypse, basically.
Oh, so they're saying like every
so they
catastrophic event
they move it.
inches it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just
It's kind of like oh, this is happening, so let's click.
that sounds like some like racist old grandpa would do. Ah, well, we have a female vice president. It's like, Grandpa, no. We're just moving in the right direction. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but they moved it to 90 seconds from midnight.
90 seconds. So like how much? What can I know the range? Like what got a minute? What got pushed an hour?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, well, they
thing?
said like it just keeps moving up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it can go back down. Probably, but
something really good happens?
all right. Monkey humans. Ugh.
Oh, terrible.
Man.
No, but they said like the all the stuff happening with Russia is
Yeah.
like
Someone
we
just needs
we need to bump that up.
some guy just needs to pay for the guy in Starbucks line behind him, and then they'll just go back down. Like there's good in the world.
Yeah. 9/11 got like 15 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I say more.
Speaking of Starbucks in the line, if somebody pays for your coffee ahead, do you pass it back or do you just go,
Yeah.
that was a good day and just leave?
But I am pretty stingy with money,
Me too.
and I would be like, well, how much is theirs?
Exactly.
And they'd be like, it's $50. I'm like, oh.
It's funny you say this because that literally happened to me the
Oh, it
other
did
day.
happen a little.
We were in like a 17 car like cycle of it. And so you ask yourself the question, like, you're being generous. You're like, yeah, I'm going to pay for their coffee because now I would feel bad to break the cycle. And it's like, are we even being kind anymore?
Yeah.
Like
It's just obligation.
We're kind of just doing what we would normally do.
for coffee.
I'll tell you what happened to me is I was in line one day and the guy's like, hey, the guy in front of you paid for your coffee. And I was like, awesome. That is so cool. And then I realized what he said because he said coffee because I also bought like 2 sandwiches with it. The guy was like, the guy had to have been like, yeah, you know what? I'll pay for the guy behind me. And then it's like, okay, $38.41. It's like, oh, that's all coffee? It's like, well, he got a couple sandwiches. Just the coffee then.
I'll just get the coffee. Was it a black coffee? Yeah, $2. Here you go.
I did go through Starbucks. I bought just a single coffee, and they're like, "Yeah, someone paid for it." And then I looked behind me, and there was a minivan, and I was like, "Nope."
It's a 15-passenger homeschool van.
Yeah,
20 cake pops.
I left a fat tip.
Nice. Let's do this. Speaking of Russia,
Move.
you see, I know you guys have seen it, but those UFOs that have been coming out all over TikTok.
The sphere ones.
The sphere ones.
Yeah. We'll show some videos.
Yeah, some videos. I saw a really crazy one that I showed Lily yesterday. This dude's flying in a plane solo. It goes right by his plane. He's like, what?
And the thing is, a lot of them look.
It's all over the world.
There's some that look doctored, I guess, but there's other ones that it's like it's all over different accounts.
Like
They're
one
not
was in
connected.
Daytona.
There's even a girl on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
that did that said, "Hey, I was literally just in vacationing with my parents, and behind them, 2 of them just shot." I'm like, they're showing it on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
and a lot of people thinking that this is how they condition us. This is how the government conditions us
to get used
to aliens. I'm like, hey, it's not a problem, no problem at all.
But supposedly
UFOs.
on January 3rd, Russia shot one down.
Oh,
yeah, they said the people in Ukraine, especially over Kiev.
Cheese.
Okay. They said since the war broke out, they have seen hundreds of sightings of UFOs. And so you'd be like, well, that could just be drones or whatever. But then Russia's reporting it too. Like, what is that? And so they shot one down, and
Why did
they didn't really
Russia?
They didn't really say anything about it.
Yeah. Now we're all just trying to be like, hey, Russia, can you talk to us?
Hey,
we know we kind of like we were really mad at you last year, but we'd really like to know.
Hey, Vlad. What
Vladdy,
was that?
Mr. Vladdy.
Can you tell us what that UFO was?
You're twirling your hair.
That's a great way to make people not expect them to be the ones who launched them, to be the one that shot it down.
True.
But if we truly think aliens are like, I mean, because to be able to move the way they do, we always have to think like their technology is so fat. Like think about a sphere moving like the way it does.
Those videos, they're literally hovering,
and then just
not making a noise, and then just off.
Yeah. If that's true, if that's really an aircraft, that is scary.
Yeah.
I think it has
that technology
to be,
is scary.
Has to be military. I grew up near Gulf Breeze, Florida, which for a long time was like UFO, sighting spot of the world or the nation or something. Yeah. And literally the biggest military base, Air Force base in the United States is right there. So everyone's like, we're seeing aliens. There's no way they weren't just developing tech like this and experimenting.
I mean, they have to test it somehow, right?
Yeah,
I don't know anything about this stuff, but it's like they would have to test it.
But why would they show it? Like, why would it be in like a suburban neighborhood hovering above a house?
Yeah, because they can blame it on UFOs, aliens.
Yeah, maybe it's some.
It's just literally just a distraction.
Stuff.
I know. Yeah, they have to run real ops, and so to see if something will be spotted, if it'll be picked up, what'll happen. They'll test it in areas of non-consequence.
And it could be one of those things where there is an alien, but they're like, let's just keep letting them believe it, because then that's like the perfect excuse to literally just test all of their aircrafts.
Yeah. Well, have you seen these maps that they put out that are like UFO sightings around the world in 1 year?
Oh yeah, it's all like around military bases and stuff.
Well, no.
Oh, I was
it is
kidding.
Probably
Chuck E. Cheese.
98% the United States.
Oh,
like it's so much of it's here.
Maybe aliens just want a cheeseburger.
That's really the only conclusion to draw.
They are so fat. Let's look at them.
I don't know why I was doing this. I guess aliens do that.
Oh, they are so fat. Beep, up, up, boop, boop.
But yeah, it is almost entirely the United States.
That's interesting.
So
what's the reason for that? Just our military?
Back over to the military base.
Aliens?
I think it's advanced technology, because I used to think, this is such a dumb thought, but before our honeymoon, when we went to the UK, I was like, they've got to be way more technologically advanced than we are, because they've been around for forever. and like their toilets flush really slow, and
Red flag.
yeah, like we definitely have got it going on.
They
over
talk
here.
funny.
No.
There's something's going on with it.
I do
think-
love UK.
I think we're a nation of privilege, and that allows for time to talk about dumb things like spheres in the sky.
I don't know,
If you're
man.
if you're out there grinding to survive, you're not going to stop surviving to talk to your buddies about.
Culturally, we work really hard comparatively, don't you think?
No.
I don't think so.
Compared to the French.
And I was gonna say in France, don't they like take lunches where they like drink all day? You can't put that in there, can you?
No, that's a very common stereotype. Whether it's correct or I doubt it.
No,
but
it's-
it's a stereotype for sure.
When my wife
Yeah.
try again.
Yeah.
When my wife went to Paris, she said literally like it's the most leisurely like 2-hour plus lunch that you take, and it's everything comes out in slow courses. But yeah, that's
I'm
a real
part French
thing.
then.
Nice.
I actually am. That's why I leave for like 3 hours a day to go get food.
But yeah, there's the Pentagon also came out with like more files of UFO sightings, and they said we could explain. There's like 144 like new sightings that
Yeah.
the Pentagon released. Like we can explain like 70 of them, but we can't explain the other ones. We have no idea what those are.
Yeah.
And so
They're conditioning us, dude. That's
I
all it
think
is.
so.
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah,
Well, I mean, we're getting to the point too where like technology is at a level where you have just Rick in his garage putting together something that can fly. And so nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
Just modifying drones and doing whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting to a point where your average person, not average, but like it is accessible to the individual that if Josh really wanted to figure out how to make something fly, he could probably pull it off.
Yeah, like Mark Rober on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he
Mark
could figure
Rober's
it out.
probably responsible for 30 to 40 of those minimum.
Is-
we
That's
just
where the
have-
glitter's going.
is
We just
Mark
haven't
an
seen that
alien?
video
the
come out
answer
yet.
to the glitter. Mark Rober, we're coming for you.
Just an attack drone for porch pirates.
But yeah, aliens.
This is how easily I'm swayed. I was fully convinced probably at the beginning of this podcast that aliens are real, and now I'm like, it's probably all government.
I think it probably is.
There's a possibility. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lily, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, so I want to take this opportunity because we have a new guest,
Yes.
and here's
welcome,
the word
welcome
again.
Luna.
Right.
Let her sniff into the mic. See if she,
She
gets
breathes so loud. I don't want to do it.
No, we got to
I
hear.
don't want to encourage her.
The listeners have to hear it.
I think she's asleep. So no.
We are doing our audience a disservice by not telling them the story about the pig. And I'm going to assume that Alex has never heard it before.
Oh, he hasn't.
Oh.
We did it, but it was
the
you
pod-
weren't recorded.
That's right.
Yeah.
Remember that, Andrew? Just kidding. No, our card got corrupted.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, we
that
told
had
that
nothing
we,
to do with
we
me.
told an epic pig story, and we did a full episode, and it was with Ben, and it was a good episode. It was a great episode.
We
but
never
just
talked about it again, though?
We never released
Never
it.
talked about
Oh.
it again.
Yeah, you
Our
wanted to
audience
wait.
doesn't know the story. And neither does Alex.
That's true.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Do you?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know that no's an option at this point.
Okay.
And we
Yeah,
can start by talking about how Kruger came over, not last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And
My buddy Kruger.
his son, who's like 10,
Canyon.
is you guys' number one fan.
Yeah,
and,
shout out the Krugers.
We know you're watching.
And tell Andy the line that Canyon
Yeah,
All the kids
I
love
did
us.
tell him, but I was like, Canyon, what's your
A fifth grader.
what's your favorite episode? And he's like, oh, episode 13. I'm like, I'm trying to think. I'm like, what is that episode? And he's like, should women be paid less? I don't know if that's good or bad.
so good. So good.
But it was really funny seeing a fifth grader. Like, he wasn't even joking. He was like working on something. He's like, should women be paid less? I'm like, wow.
That's a great soundbite.
Yeah.
We need to get him to read off one of our intros one of these days.
Oh, yeah,
That'd
we
be so
definitely
cute.
should.
Yeah, shout out Krugers.
So yeah, we my buddy Michael Kruger, his parents have this farm, if you will, in Umatilla, Florida.
People pay to go there to visit.
For-
and,
it's like a
touch
petting
the-
zoo.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't know it was a petting zoo when we came up there.
Didn't know that.
And they had this ginormous pig.
Yeah. Kruger texted me that week and he says, "Hey, we have about how many pounds?
He said 500.
500-pound pig.
It was bigger
that
than
we
that.
need gone by this weekend." He says, we know you guys like to smoke and cook and everything like that. So
smoke meat.
Meat, yes.
Clarify.
That's why I added the cook. That was like, that's kind of the arena. But I was like, he's like, do you want that pig? And we said, absolutely. I was like, I just know that's so many pounds of meat. We have to do that. And it'd be such a fun experience. Even though none of us,
well, Taylor a little
except for
bit,
Taylor,
my brother.
Taylor, had never really butchered a pig.
Yeah, I've butchered I wouldn't even say butchered, but like squirrels.
Yeah, I'm really good at chickens. I'm really good at chickens, but this was a whole other ball game. So we had a week to prepare.
Really good at chickens.
And we
really good at squirrels.
Yeah. How different can it be?
Yeah.
It's just bigger.
So we spent like a week watching YouTube videos and we're like, yeah, we feel pretty confident.
Well, and two, I mean, you guys were going over there and your expectation is at least like they'll be seasoned in it or it could guide you to some respect, you know.
Yeah, like they'll have the equipment.
Yeah.
Everything would be ready. We're good.
We show up to a barn that has no power, first of all. It was what it was in the summer, was it?
Yeah.
It was like September. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really hot.
Very hot.
Really hot outside.
It was perfect pig butchering weather. You know what I mean?
This pig did not weigh 500 pounds. It probably weighed 800 pounds.
Yeah. It was probably 8 feet long.
Yeah,
it was huge.
leg to leg in the back, 8 feet long.
Yeah, we'll try to get a photo.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if, a before
a photo. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, a before photo.
So we get there and we're
not the only ones at that zoo, are we?
No, we're not. There's a couple families there with their kids.
What are they doing there?
Feeding the animals and
enjoying
petting them.
the live animals.
Yeah.
And the animals with a pulse.
We were kind of like waiting around, like, are they gonna leave? And then they just
do they know we're doing this?
Yeah. And so like, I had to inform them that like, hey guys, we're actually going to.
Sorry to interrupt, but
cute kids. We're gonna butcher this pig and we're gonna shoot it. Try to put it down fast.
Yeah.
The most humane way to do it.
But instead of them looking at you and say, "Oh yeah, then we'll head out before then,"
they're like, "That's cool."
And they use it as a spectator sport.
Yeah, they think it's part of the thing. Like, you guys are running this petting zoo.
Yeah,
they probably thought we were just like,
hey guys, the pig butchering show's gonna be starting in 5 minutes. Get your seats now. It's gonna be full.
So I'm gonna abbreviate the whole putting the pig down. It did not die easily,
as expected.
It took a lot.
You have to let them know you did what you should have done.
Yeah,
we did all that we could to treat this pig humanely.
Yep.
It was one of those things. It was not an easy thing to do, but it needed to be done because it was going to happen either way.
Turns out this was a demon zombie pig.
Yes, with a will to live.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
So I'll just say that this is the only part that I'll like get into like kind of full details. My buddy who hunts Kruger a lot, he had his gun
and his kids.
And we let the families know, about to shoot the gun. And they're like, okay.
Can our kid do it?
We put it on the pig's head, shot, and it didn't die.
Frankenstein wanted to live.
Instead, it went... and they just charged this one family. And this family like jumped up on the fence like, ah! And this pig was just running.
That noise you made literally gave me flashbacks because I have not heard that noise since that day. That was terrifying.
That family got in their car literally as fast as they could.
Immediately.
But the fence was like 10 feet apart, and so they had to do like a 30-point turn.
Don't look, Tommy. Don't look,
oh
Tommy.
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
Roll him up.
Yeah.
And then it would storm at you because it just getting angrier. And
Yeah.
it's like,
This was a mean pig, by the way. That's why
He
they
was a
wanted.
bully, yeah.
That's why they wanted to get rid of it.
and that's why I don't regret it. Nothing.
Yeah. It was hurting all the other little baby pigs and stuff and stomping on them.
Mama was having a tough day.
So it deserved it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my gosh.
And I'd do it again.
Watch your back, pig. So it took a long time to put it down.
But eventually we did it.
We did it. And
then we realized it was nowhere near the barn where we needed to, and it weighed 800 pounds.
it was like 100 yards away. So we figured out we got the keys to the tractor and we were able to pull it to the barn.
Yep.
And then hung it up and started
Hung it up in this 200-year-old barn, hoping it wouldn't just come down on
with
top
no
of us.
power, and it was like 100 degrees out.
You forgot to
in the
talk about
Florida heat.
the woman that you
Yeah,
interacted
that's-
with.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's at that point.
Oh yeah. So before we hung it up on the rafters to start processing the meat and stuff, we're pulling this pig in, and there's blood everywhere. And this lady pulls up for the petting zoo.
Yep.
And she gets out of her truck. She's like, "What are you doing with the pig?" And I'm like, "We're gonna eat it." And she goes, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, "You all right?" And she's like, "I'm a vegan." I'm like, "Sorry."
I'm so sorry.
I don't
But
know.
you're-
Tell 'em
you're
what I was
so
wearing.
distressed.
But Andy was wearing his Pray for Vegan shirt. There's like blood. He's like, and I'm just like, sorry. I don't know what to say.
Oh my gosh! But you guys have been there for like 5 hours. You're sweating and distressed, and you're like, "I'm
But
so sorry."
I'm telling you, there was no equipment, and like
We hung it up side down in the barn.
under
We skinned it, and then what did we put under it to catch everything?
a kiddie pool, a little plastic kiddie pool.
Kiddie pool. One of the blue ones you get from Walmart.
This pig's head was this big around, and this is really graphic. We'll do a little disclaimer before this happens.
Yeah.
Of like whatever.
Parents, turn off the kids' TV.
Yeah.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
But we had this pig head in the kiddie pool. And then that day was apparently the day everyone in Central Florida wanted to come to the petting zoo.
Yeah, good day for the zoo.
And I'm not kidding. There had been 5 different families that showed up, and they were like walking by, and they're like, "What's going on?"
And we couldn't close. We couldn't close the door because
We would
it's 100 degrees
suffocate. Yeah.
outside.
And I mean,
And we had to hurry because it kept getting hotter and hotter. And it's like, you cannot let this meat get warm at all.
Kruger's parents, they left.
Yeah, you guys
And
are running it.
So the people are asking like, "Hey, where do we pay?" I'm like, "I don't know." They're like,
But Kruger left too. Why?
oh, Kruger left because when he was skinning this pig, the knife slipped and just straight up stabbed him in the arm. Like bad.
This is a brutal story for anyone.
Yeah. And so he's like, he goes, "Ow!" We're like, "You good?" And he's like, "I stabbed my arm pretty bad." And we're like, "Really?" And he's like, "Oh my gosh, dude, you gotta get out of here."
And he's like, yeah, like Kruger's like one of those guys, like he'd just be like, his arm would be missing. He's like, yeah, I got to go find it. Like, Kruger, you should be a lot more upset right now.
Yeah, so he left, his parents left, and we were running the petting zoo covered in blood.
And not gonna lie, we took all the profits. There's like, yeah, you just pay us.
No, but one lady, she's like, "I mean, I think it's fine that you butcher your own meat, but like maybe don't do it at a petting zoo." I'm like,
Lady.
"Yeah, I agree with you."
Couldn't agree more.
Hey, Miss Kruger, maybe shut down the petting zoo for a couple hours.
Yeah, or have us come at night.
And
or
then I
something.
almost got talked into bringing like 5 pigs home.
Oh yeah,
I was like, seriously considering, like, that might be a good idea.
yeah. Miss Kruger's mom's like, "Hey, Andy, do you want these 5 pigs?" And
I was
he's
like, how much?
She's like, "Free."
Oh, really?
And I'm like, Andy, you don't want 5 pigs living in your backyard.
Was it like a guilt trip? Like you took the parent?
Yeah, it was one of those
Now
things
you
where it's like,
raise the
it was
kids.
one of those things where it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Then I was like, well, now I feel like I have to. And then Kruger's like, he was like, don't do it.
But we're very appreciative of giving us all this pig meat that is now in all of our freezers
Yep.
Yeah.
and in our parents' freezers.
I had to buy a deep freeze.
yeah,
My wife
I
got
did too.
My wife got sick of. She's like, I have nowhere to put my.
I'm not
waffles.
kidding.
There's
You
just
guys,
a quartered pig. in
The
my freezer.
hams on these things each weighed over 50 pounds.
It was nuts.
I'm afraid to eat it though because I'm like it
It's good.
has got an evil spirit to it. Are we
Yeah.
gonna
Revenge.
absorb that? Yeah.
The pig's revenge.
My favorite part of the story still hasn't been told about you got called back, Andy.
Oh my goodness. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. So we got done all that day.
We
and
we try to wrap it up quick because
Yeah.
there's more and more kids and families come in.
And
Like
the
one kid like ran over and like just was staring at the pig head in the kiddie pool, and he's just like, and the dad's like, "Hey, let's go over here, buddy."
And like the 4 coolers that we had were already full. And
Yeah.
that we had leftover meat that we needed to run to your dad's house to put in the freezer. So it's like we had to get out of here. So we closed it up.
We asked Kruger, I'm like, what do we do with all the remains? And he's like, just leave it. I'll get it
We'll
later.
figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because he was at the hospital. We would have done it that day
Yeah.
probably. But so I get a text and I was like, it's a huge corpse and all the junk in the pool and everything like that, which is heavier than the rest of the meat. And so I go back and I'm like, hey, Josh, you want to go pick up the stuff today? And he had stuff going on. I text Taylor and he had stuff going on. And I was like, I can't leave him because he had his arm cut and everything. So we drive back, and it was a day later of all that stuff, guts and everything, being out in the Florida heat for 24 hours.
Ugh.
It was unbearable.
It was put in 2 kiddie pools at this point, right?
Kiddie pool. We had to put it inside the back of a truck. There was another like trash can that we had and everything like that, and we got it all done.
Kruger's truck.
I got it all done. I said, "You good?" He's good. And then he drove off. I drove off, and then
he was going to dump it at his plant nursery. He has like a bunch of property and stuff that he could dig a
ton of
hole
acres.
Stuff. Yeah,
and the coyotes would have loved it. But I get a text when I get home, and Kruger sends me a picture of the back end of his truck, and the 2 whole kiddie pools in there, but the kiddie pool and the trash can full of pig, full with a pig head and everything, had apparently fallen out, and he had no idea. Somewhere down the highway,
like probably 300 pounds of pig guts
and
a pig head,
hog head.
It's just on the road somewhere.
Imagine
U.S. Highway 441. Yeah.
Somebody needs to get down here. There was a bad accident.
There's blood everywhere.
Oh my God.
There's a pig head.
I don't even know where the body is. I don't know where it begins
I'm
and
so
ends.
scared. So yeah,
it's probably. Could you imagine? The people that were at the zoo were behind Kruger's like, wow, that was pretty crazy.
That same poor vegan woman
Yeah.
just rolls up onto her windshield.
That is nuts.
Yeah, but there's a lot more details to the thing, but it was
a rough day.
It was tragic,
but it was a great memory, and we now know how to butcher a pig, kind of.
Ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you more just know not how to.
yeah.
Know
I'd say that.
how to not butcher a pig.
I know the wrong environment to do it in now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think what could be worse is probably like Disney World, like right downtown Disney
Yeah.
World.
But I will say this.
I don't think they let you. I don't think they open it for that.
I will say this. The first shot for trying to get the pig, we found the bullet on the skull. It didn't even go through the skull. It just pancaked. So this pig skull, dude, it was, like
tough.
It was like an inch thick skull.
It was a lady?
Yeah.
I don't know why I
it was a
pictured
mom.
it as a dad. It's a mother.
No, it wasn't a mom.
You've seen Bambi, right?
You had to kill a mom?
A mom?
Oh.
This is the
It
beginning
was
of
a
that Nick
mean mom.
This is the
It wasn't
beginning of that
even a
Nick
mom.
Cage movie,
It was
right?
it was the mom of all the babies.
No, those weren't its babies.
She was a mom.
No.
Are you just trying to say it's
Should we call Kruger right now? And ask her if the pig that we killed was a mom?
Yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, it was crazy. Definitely don't suggest doing that to a giant pig at a petting zoo. He might not answer. He's at his kid's
just in case.
junior beta thing.
Yeah, true that.
Michael
has like 6 children.
Yeah, he's 24 children.
Hey, Kruger.
Yep.
Hey, you're on the pod right now. We have a quick question. You remember that pig that we put down really humanely?
Yeah.
First of all, thank you for that. Second of all, was that pig a mom?
No, there was no
See?
babies in it.
Yeah.
I mean, was she previously a mother? Like, did she have babies at one point?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Good answer.
We'll go with no.
Okay. All right. Love you, Kruger. See you later.
No, there were no babies in it. Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure you wasn't pregnant.
Thank goodness.
Kruger's like, yeah, it was pregnant. Be like,
we can't
Dude, could you imagine?
Cancel the episode.
That would be the plot twist. Like, yeah, that's why we had to get rid of it. We didn't have the room for the babies.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I would have.
I would have cried.
I would have turned into a vegan.
That would have been the final straw.
No, I wouldn't have.
Until I saw Five Guys, and then like, hey.
So that
Extra bacon,
timestamp,
please.
that warning timestamp we're gonna do for like skip is just gonna be the rest of the episode.
It's the last half of the podcast.
It wasn't that graphic.
Yeah,
It's just
it was good.
that's where all your meat comes
Hey, you
from.
guys
kids.
wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
You like
nice.
cheeseburger, kids? Guess how it's made.
It's more
Not-
so you
not
like,
with pig.
You like bacon? Yeah.
It's nice to see how far Andy's come, because when Andy and I worked together a decade ago now, a big part of our job was also killing animals.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, specifically.
way.
So we worked at a camp for kids, and it was out in the middle of nowhere in Kansas, and
Hidden
part
Haven.
of Hidden Haven. Shout out Hidden Haven.
Yeah.
Christian camp in Thayer, Kansas.
Yep.
But part of our job, genuinely, was to like scour the camp and try to find snakes. And
they literally called it copperhead duty. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
Because you would kill probably a copperhead. I mean, once a week maybe.
What?
Yeah.
How?
And
They're everywhere.
with a shovel.
They're everywhere down there.
How? In what way? 'Cause we answered that very differently.
Both of those are correct. We did.
That's all she wanted.
They're everywhere down there. But yeah, you just walk around with a shovel and.
I don't mean to brag, but we had a 100% success rate, and I think immediately after we left, a kid got bit in the toe by a
Oh my gosh, dead?
on my brother's duty. We left for 1 week, and my brother let some kid get bit by a copperhead. So
But
What?
yeah,
Does he still have his toe?
the kid,
doubt
it
it.
was fine.
I
The kid
doubt
was
it.
fine. The kid was 100% fine.
Oh my gosh.
He keeps falling over.
Oh my gosh.
funny story I did with Kelsey. We killed one, and I was like, Kelsey was in the room next door, and I was like, I'm gonna go put it in the girls' dorm, and like it didn't have a head, and so we're just gonna put like the end of it underneath the bed.
Oh my god!
And I go to adjust it. I was like, okay, that looks good. I'm like, no, I'm gonna adjust it, and I grabbed the tail, and it wrapped around my finger. And dude, the amount of fear that went through my body, not knowing that's what snakes do when they're dead, I freaked out.
Replicate
But yeah,
the
it's-
screech because I bet it was really high pitched. Yeah.
That was right there.
This was in the middle of a pretty out of control prank war
prank war.
that had.
I
I
think
fell
that
through
one-
a ceiling.
Oh no.
Let's
Andy-
fill their bed full of copperheads. That'll get them.
They took our toilet paper. Let's get them back.
Just a very quick one. The girls had tried to. They were going to prank us, and they had a room full of like Febreze cans
They were gonna just tape and just like
that they
go
were going to
crazy.
tape and like throw them off
that's
on our
mean.
side. But Andy found them.
We walked
before
in on
they
them.
set them off.
And I started just taking them off. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then they got really mad that we were ruining their prank. And it's like, this is not how, like, I'm not allowed just to leave. I'm like, oh, yeah,
I thought you
I
said
didn't see anything.
I thought you set them. I thought you set them off. I thought you set off some of them on their
No,
side.
I just- yeah.
Wow, that was nicer than I thought you were.
Well,
times.
that should Let's finish on that high note.
Just real quick, Andy, what was your snake count? How many did you get while we were there?
156, the same as Peter Parker's takes.
Nice.
Nightmare.
Record.
Those are venomous, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do they keep anti-venom?
Nice use of venomous
Probably.
over poisonous.
Over poisonous.
Right.
You know why I'm conditioned to do that? Taylor, his brother, is like
Yeah, he corrects you every time.
every time.
Actually,
It's like, oh my gosh, that snake is poisonous. He's like, venomous. I'm like, it's the same thing.
He's like dying of the venomous snake. You're like, venomous.
It's actually venom.
Although I think like the basic garter snake is one of the only poisonous snakes, right?
Oh.
Where it's not venomous, but it is poisonous.
A snake's a plant.
Wait, let's say before we go, let's say one nice thing about Alex.
Oof.
I think that Alex is very well spoken.
Nice.
Alex is a very
Thank you, Lily.
Alex is a very well spoken and a very witty, funny man.
Aw.
And he's sometimes handsome.
Aw.
All right, 2 in, and it's mainly just that I can put some words together.
Alex is
Appreciate
very giving because he gave us $50 for our wedding.
He did
He
for
did.
our wedding.
Yeah.
And he has a good memory.
Yeah.
It
actually
doesn't help
remember
that I
that.
completely forgot that until yesterday.
So scratch that last part. Alex has a terrible memory, but
You're a great mic stand.
nice.
Man, I do what I can.
Jane, anything?
Um,
Wow.
maybe.
Beef
Well
already?
said. All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Thanks for watching.
Love you.
Thanks for coming, Alex.
Thank you.